Good afternoon. So I started working on a game design document with a little help from AI, of course. Uh, it put together some interesting stuff. it uh, it has a lot in it, which well the advantage to it is I don't mind editing documents. I don't mind going through and kind of cleaning up and making it better. But just having the document gives me some kind of groundwork to build off of, right? So that helps a lot in my mind. Um, so it just spares me, I guess, the the initial creation. It's overwhelming sometimes just to start to pull that trigger and feel comfortable doing it. So I am I'm trying to put the actual code snippets in here. It's trying to build some stuff. I'm not sure what this does, like collection and progression. Okay, so it does. I had it read my code base. In addition to, I gave it a pretty descriptive what the goal is for my game, and then it kind of built for me what amounts to, a game design doc that is pretty robust. I mean, it takes samplings of your code here and there, and it also makes some assumptions that aren't exactly correct. Some might be good ideas, uh, but I don't think they're all going to actually take place. So it is kind of I don't know, like this. Okay, so like database evolution. What is this? Preserve existing schema, existing games, teams, plays, game stats, game states. Oh, game states. Player collections, card packs, trades. So this is new. This is going to be this is coming. That's going to come later. I haven't decided how I want to do that because card packs, although I want them in my game, I don't want them to be. See, this is why I keep going back and forth on making it an Android game. I want it to be an Android game. I want to build an Android game. But I don't know how to monetize it. Because my most important aspect is that my player base get to play the game. Period. They will play the game. They won't be stopped from playing the game. I keep thinking like Marvel Snap. I can go on there without ever paying a dime and play the game. I can just open up, build my deck what I can, and I'll occasionally get cards. I won't get them as often as those people that are paying, maybe because they're able to accelerate their collection growth. But still, it's playing earns you what you need to get more cards. That's how the game should be. The more you play, the more you earn. And yes, you can do stuff that might accelerate bits and pieces. I want people to be able to collect. But see, here's the problem with collections. I want to be able to upgrade cards and do stuff to cards. The problem is I'm not an artist. And I already know this, and I don't know how I'm going to do that. And I'm even considering slipping back into a 2D app, maybe even pixel art, because I'm more concerned about the game being fun to watch. Because I think I'd be good with pixels, only because I don't know how to do the 3D stuff, and I'm trying to what do they call it? Create artificial constraints. Compress the game into something I can work with to get a releasable version of the game out, and then upgrade stuff as I go. So if somebody comes along and goes, "Oh, why did you get rid of the cool pixel art?" It's because pixel art was never the plan. Pixel art was the first step in the iteration. So that's kind of where I'm going, and I hope we can. Yeah, um, I'm sorry. I'm trying to write a title for my stream here. Now, I am going to be doing a lot of this a lot more often. Okay, what this is discussing topics and then ending my stream and starting another one. So this is all live stream recordings. So if you want to come in and chat with me about it, awesome. But I'm going to start doing a lot more timed, smaller streams. So keep that in mind. Okay. I am going to be still working on tasks, and sometimes the longer streams will be me trying to figure out a task. But I gotta do more task-based stuff and not get so wound up in the task. So a lot of times, if you're here watching me do a stream, and I sign off, I sign right back on. It's because I'm trying to clip my stream. So just keep that in mind. Okay. So anyway, what my discussion right now is simply that graphics is hard. And I am doing Unity, and I want to have an app for my Android device. But there's a lot of things involved in trying to create a 3D atmosphere. I want to have 3D. I would like to go 3D kind of cartoon level graphics, only because it's simpler. It's more smoother. It's less meshes and all that kind of stuff. But then again, it's meshes and all that kind of stuff. It's animating and meshes and shaders and all these things that could take months and months to accomplish. If, however, I can come up with some 2D imaging, that's a lot simpler to do. I'm not yet convinced I want to go as low grade as pixel art. Pixel art is fine. I mean, it looks okay, but there's enough games out there. I mean, Retro Bowl is pixel art. There's actually a pretty good one from what I've heard on Steam that's pixel arty, and it's done pretty well. I mean, but I don't want to create that kind of game. But I got to find a middle of the road. I got to figure out how, if I can avoid the shaders and the groups, I don't mind. Maybe here's the other problem. You go with 2D art, you still want to have animations, some amount of animations. But basically what that means is you create, like images that have the legs moving or poses or actions that take place in the image. And I think it might actually look pretty cool. But it still takes a lot of art. And although I can generate and get some pretty cool 2D art from AI, what AI can't give me is variance. It's very bad at variance. I actually tried to give it I said, give me some variance where the legs are alternating like he's walking. It couldn't do it. It would not do it. I kept saying, give me a different, different poses of walking, and it wouldn't do it. It would just give me single scenes, and they were all the same. They were just the same guy in a walking pose. He wasn't running maybe, but same walking pose. Not in a state of, I wanted one where the back foot's in front and one where the front foot's in front. This way, when I can put those two images down and make it look like he's walking, right? Couldn't do it. So AI's not great for that. Now, maybe it's possible that I'm just not wording it correctly. Things like going up for a pass, and let's watch. I'll show you an example. If I go to Sora.com and I just want to, let's say I have an image, so I'm going to upload from my device, and the other thing is I'm trying to find ways to find a community to talk to, get people to feedback, give me ideas. So give me their opinions, because I'm really doing all this on my own. But so I have these 2D images. This is a 3D image. I put him in a T-pose because I wanted to make him into a 3D art. But ultimately, what these images are, it'd be kind of cool to have these images just be like, let's see. All right, so I'm gonna upload this image. Okay, so we're gonna go here, and let's see what. And then here's a problem too. Sora wants to turn my lizard into a crocodile. Every time it redraws this guy, his head becomes more and more like a crocodile. It's hard to get it to stop changing his form. I don't know why. It sees it, thinks, hey, this is a crocodile. No, it's a lizard, not a reptile. I mean, lizards are reptiles, but I mean, it's a lizard. All right, so I need this lizard character in multiple football positions. Can you give me a sheet of this character in 4 positions? 1, going back to pass football with both his hands on the ball and over his shoulder. One where he is throwing the ball. One where he has just released the ball. I think my dog is farting. Yeah, Reva, you stink. What the heck? I was like, what is that smell? Oh, God. Oh, Jiminy Christmas. She's right behind me back here. Jiminy. Okay. One where he is holding the ball as a centerwood about to snap to the QB. The third would be a side view of him. Actually, these all need to be side views. I need the lizard in multiple positions. Can you give me a sheet of this character in 4 positions? All viewed from side of the player. All viewed from the side. The player facing either to the left or to the right. One going back to pass football with both his hands on the ball and over his shoulder. One where he just released the ball. One where he is holding the ball as a center would, about to snap to the quarterback. The third would be a side view. The third has a linebacker getting ready to blitz the QB. And one of a wide receiver stretching out to catch the ball. All right, let's see what this does. But like I said, Sora is really not great at rehashing players. Or rehashing videos. I mean, it can blend videos, and it's done a good job. But if you take something, like I try to do this thing where I took a I had it create me a logo, which I really like. You can see it on my screen there, the FCL logo. That's a fantasy league, because it's my game is called Fantasy Football, FANTOC, as in it's got a lot of stuff, like A to Z, except it's just fantasy. Oh, hold on just a sec. I'm gonna try to win my taco time thing. I almost never get this anymore because they're so. They get 30,000 people are all waiting on the button here, and you almost never get. You can almost never get to it. You almost never get to it. Oh, great! Now I have to sign in. Oh, I'm doomed. I'll never get in now. I don't know what the heck just happened. Oh, gosh dang it. I so did not. This is not what I hoped. Well, this is why I always have to set my timer earlier. And now it's going to make me... It's so screwed me over with this. I did not expect this. Oh well, so I guess I'm not going to make it for that. It tried to make me log in, and which is going to require me to go through all the hoops that come along with trying to log into stuff, and you know how that goes. It's always shiminy criminy. Oh, good. It was something I didn't want anyway. You could have got a jacket. Mike's Hot Honey jacket. I didn't want it anyway. All right. Anyway, so let's see what it did. Let's go see what nonsense it pulled together for me. All right. So we got a quarterback. Yeah, he's kind of about to snap. I don't know what that is. Or that is. That guy's only got half a body. It doesn't quite... The quarterback ones are actually pretty decent. And this snapping one isn't bad either. I would have to do some weird thing where I glued this body onto another body, which might be doable. But... What the heck is this? This looks like you're playing touch football. You're just like, hike, just kind of hike it back to the guy. This one just looks like he's walking down the sidelines. That actually might be kind of cool for a sideline float. Just have him on the sidelines going back and forth, throwing the ball up to himself. That's actually kind of cool. But the only one here that's... The going up for receiver ones aren't that great, but the quarterback ones are decent. But see, like this one doesn't even... That's like not the full body, not the full body, not the full body. Like none of these are full body images. It stuck them on there, but it's only partials. So it did a pretty decent job of keeping his state. Okay, so maybe if I did it one video image at a time, it might work. But 4 on this screen. I was thinking it would just make them smaller. I need small images, but could work. I'd have to go through all of them, create 2D images, and then just have these guys. I still have to figure out how to have a guy who's walking back. You know, I have to figure out how to do his legs. There are apps that can do animations for 2D, where you basically give them a skeleton and it'll kind of make them look like they move a little bit. And you can do one for every fractional thing so it looks good, or you can just do it in time. What I'm thinking is we might just do it in time. So, yeah, I am really, I hate to say this, but I am really considering 2D art. Because I just feel like it's so much simpler to do. And I hope people will be willing to give me some feedback on that and what they think of the idea of trying to do my football simulation part of the game with just 2D art. I I hope it's adequate. I hope it's good. I think it could be, but I don't know. Tell me. So yeah, I am going to continue on with my actual work, trying to get the football sim going, which I am right now. It's working with 3D characters, but I am considering the swap to 2D, and I hope people will be all right with that. Till next time, God bless.